morning. How are we doing out there today, everybody? It's Monday. It's a Monday. And it's the first Monday of July. And what I mean by the first Monday is, it's Monday. It's Monday. You know, or if you're in a country like France or something, they'd say, it's Lundi. It's Lundi. Or Lundi. However I don't speak French, so I don't know, man. It's Lundi. And I'm sure there's people out there that are like, dude, it's not that. You say it this way, But I'm not French, so what can I do, man? But, I'm sure the French, the French, they got all sorts of stuff going on over there. The French, they got they got little hats. They got different types of breads, they got baguettes, they got sticks, sticks of bread. They got bread sticks. They got French bread. What else do they got over there? They got French toast that's made out of bread. They got that. What other? Hell, I guess they don't really have a lot of shit going on over there, come to think about it. Yeah, maybe I'm complete. Oh, they got French fries? Huh? They got French fries. And I bet they cook up a damn good fry over there, I'm sure some little Frenchman is out there just tossing it all together, and it's probably one of the best fries you'd ever put in your mouth, Because really, like, you can't take a name of a country and put it into a food and it not be good, You can't take French and put it into a fry and not expect it to be, come on. You can't, You can't go over to a place like some place like Brussels, I guess, something like that, and order something like Brussels sprouts and it not be good. Wouldn't that be heartbreaking if it wasn't good? You go into some restaurant and you order a bowl full of sprouts, those little, the little guys. It looks like a ball or a head of lettuce just took a little boop, boop, and that's what came out of it, that sort of thing, But you can't go and order a bowl full of sprouts in Brussels, which is in Belgium, and they come to the table and you take a bite of one of those little guys, and it tastes like it tastes like old pickled eggs or something like that, or maybe some sour cream that your grandmother forgot to bring in. She left that outside in her backyard for a little while, and now there's like some, she's got a cat, or maybe her neighbor's got a cat, and that thing comes rolling by from time to time, does a little walk by licking on it for a second, wouldn't that be upsetting if it tastes like that? To have something named after you, it's, and it not be good, that would blow my mind, man, because it sounds like, to me, if that were the case, you better rethink, what you're doing out there, or maybe rehash some of these ingredients that you're putting into some of this and come up with a better game plan, something. But I don't know, man. It is what it is. It is what it be, Yar. So, but anyways, it's Monday. It's the 1st of July. And I guess that's what I was trying to get at, It's the first Monday. It's also, the first. So, Anyways, it's good to be here with everybody. I hope you guys are doing well for yourselves out there, wherever you're at, wherever you're living, that sort of thing. Um, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. I'm Zach Westfall. Welcome to the beginning of the week. Thank you to all the people that subscribed last week. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. I can't say that enough. I appreciate that more than anything. So thank you again. I can't, thank you. So, but dude, it's a special week. It's a special week because you know what this week is? This week is all about rejoicing and celebrating our great country that we got, that we live in, Because it's the 4th of July this week, this Thursday, So what makes it extra special, it's America's Day coming up, So it's time, for you to bust out that American flag and get all dressed up, you know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. Go out there and, if you're some female out there, and you should get out there and go throw on a sundress that has all those, it has a floral arrangement that you just it looks like you just, ripped it off your grandmother's, you made it out of your grandmother's couch or something like that. Remember those patterns that they had? Or maybe you got a sundress that has a piece of fruit, maybe a couple orange slices or a couple pineapples or whatever it looks like, whatever. Throw that pretty thing on and get out there and go show it off to, go show off a little shoulder. Or an ankle or something to some nearby resident that you've had an eye on for a little while, some guy that you've been eyeballing for a while, some guy named Greg that has a big dick, huh? How about that? Why don't you get out there and show Big Dick Greg that you wanna know what kind of Roman candle he's shooting in those Levi jeans that he's got on. You know what I mean? Woo! Do something special. Maybe take a spoonful of apple pie filling and just walk right up to him and and put that right into his damn mouth and just feed it to him that way. Do something crazy. Don't just sit around like you do every year doing the same old. Get out there. Flip a fucking, cooked beef patty on your damn brother-in-law's chest. And then take it off of him and use that bitch as a frisbee. Throw it out into the yard for a dog, Because I'm sure the dog would love that thing. Are you kidding me? Because, by the end of it, by the time you get done throwing that little, that meat disc or whatever out there, the dog's going to be your best friend because that's what a dog does. They'll come back to a person that throws some chunks of chopped meat in the yard or whatever, that's for sure. You don't believe me? This year, go out and do it and see what happens. The next thing you know is you're going home with a Labrador Retriever. You got a new best friend coming home with you. You came to the party alone, and now you're leaving with something good. And I think that's special right there. I just do, man. It just is, But, man, it's the 4th of July. It's the 4th. And the 4th was always so fun growing up. It was so fun. You had all the parties and the music going on and the fireworks at night. And everyone's grilling out all the delicious food. And, and you had someone, all the food. It was so much food. You had someone bring a macaroni salad, something like that. And another person bring hot dogs, and another, you'd see some guy carrying one of those big tin, it looked like the back of the Tin Man, and this guy just carrying in these little hot spicy riblets in that thing, and then you got some guy or some woman in there, and they bring in a squash casserole, and everyone kind of looks at that shit like what the fuck? Who brought this? Like, what is that? Why? Okay, we'll push that off to the side a little bit, and we'll come back to it maybe later. Then you got, what else do you got, man? What else do you got? You got so many options. You got the fried chicken and the hamburger, especially the one that you just flung out into the damn yard for the dog. You got that going on. There was just so much food. So much food. And then you had all the desserts. Remember the desserts? Oh, the desserts. Dude, I'd fill up on just desserts. Easy. The pies with the ice cream and the peach cobbler and the cupcakes, with all the little decorations on there. You got sprinkles on top of sprinks, and it's just, oh my God. And there was always a bigger kid, huddled up in some corner over there, and he's over there just tucked away, and he's holding a little sparkler over there, and he's just, tossing one of these little, this little beautiful baby cake right in his mouth, Oh, man, a cupcake. Man. See, there was just everything. Everything was at your fingertips back then, But the tricky part was, since you weren't really, you weren't really using mom's fine china out there in the backyard for all this stuff. You had to use that paper plate. Remember that paper plate? And you know how that goes, dude, when you're trying to, manage all this, all this food with this on this plate, You're trying your best, and that thing is just, this paper plate is just folding up on you like a piece of laundry, or maybe it looks like you're trying to make a paper airplane out of it or something. One side gets a little bit heavier, than the other side, because you got barbecue wings and a sandwich on one side, and that thing is just, and all the loose items on one side, all the beans and all the, whatever you got going on there, you're doing your best not to spill it everywhere, because that's the, you're trying to, that's the thing about a paper plate and 4th of July and barbecues, You're trying to balance all this stuff, and you're trying to find somewhere to sit down, and you're just trying to find a way to counterbalance everything on there. So you're trying to hold this little thin-ass disc of paper with one hand. You're trying to eat with the other hand, and it's just, and then you try to set it in your lap, You try to do all that. You try to set the paper plate with all that food in your lap, and your knees are all, like, crisscross, They're together looking like you're gonna pee on yourself, It was always so damn difficult with a paper plate at a barbecue. Oh, man. It was always so difficult. And then you thought, oh, I'll take 3 plates. I'll take 3 paper plates. And then, and that would give your food a little bit more stability. And then when your mom finds out that you took too many plates, she smacks the shit out of you. And she's like, look, we only have so much, okay? We only have so many plates. You see all these guests? We don't have that many paper plates. We don't. So quit using all. That sort of thing. And so now everyone's trying to do their best, trying to do this juggling act, and eat at the same time, especially if you were one of those people who who liked condiments. And look, I like condiments. I like a condiment or two on my plate. But people, do you see people going buck wild with these condiments? You're like, is that a burger? I mean, is there a burger hiding underneath all that ketchup? I mean, what's going on here? I mean, is there one hiding underneath all that? All that tomato sauce? I mean, good night, lady. You need all that ketchup? That's wild. You know? Oh, you'll see someone drowning their potato salad in mustard, and you're just thinking, man, this guy, I mean, I don't know. This guy, he must have had mustard running through his umbilical cord when he was in his mom's womb or something like that, because hot damn, man, he's made his blood type is yellow mustard, you know? But oh man, just so much, you got so much going on. And my, personally, my favorite little condiment, my go-to condiment myself would be some hot sauce. That's just what it is. There's something about it, I mean, I'll add it just to kick up my dish a little bit. Nothing too extreme. I don't want anything like that's gonna completely, like I want to rip my tongue off and throw it in the fucking pool or anything like that. I don't need any of that. Nothing like that. But because they just make some hot sauces that, I mean, it'll make you turn your body inside out of itself. I mean, I just like some people, man. Some people out there, they look at, they got hot sauces out there. They have warning labels that, they have like skull and bones on that thing, and or some dude's head getting blown off, that sort of deal, right off his body. And you're like, whoa, like if I eat this, afterwards, I won't have a head. Like, that's crazy. And I'm like, who would even make this? I don't get it, and I got some friends, man. And we go out to Thai restaurants and that sort of thing. We go eat Thai food, and when you open up the menu, you see like they got this temperature, they got a diagram of the temperature symbols or gauges on that thing, and one of my buddies, man, he will go for the hottest one on the menu. I mean, it's the absolute hottest one. And it's like, dude, they bring it to the table and everything. And really, like, if they do that, someone should just, whoever brings it to you, they should just, really, they should give you a couple wet naps and, I don't know what, whatever the boxers use, during rounds and that sort of thing. And they should just sit there and watch you eat it. That's what until you finish it. They should do that. They have to, it's just so much. It's just like, you can't even taste it. It's just so, I don't know. It's just, ugh. I don't like the hot like that, but, I love a little heat seeker in my food here and there, a little jalapeno, something like that. A little sriracha, But anyways, man, we got our Independence Day coming up this year, this week, man. It's so soon, and that means, dude, that means we should just be celebrating being American, man, and living in America. We should. Man, we should. Oh, I can't wait, dude. But what else, man? What else has been going on? I started reading a new book. And if you're a fan of his and you want to hear some crazy shit, dude, I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy, but you should go out and look, dude, this is not a promotion. Okay? It's not. I'm not involved with this guy. I just like his I think he's a funny ass dude. His stories are great. Um, he's a wild child, man. That's what he is, you know. But I'm reading this Joey Diaz. You know, I'm reading his new book called I think, what is it? Oh, Tremendous. And dude, Joey's just one of a kind, you know. That's all I could say, man. I don't know how to really explain him or anything like that if you haven't heard of him, but he's a stand-up comedian, and he's from Jersey. He goes by Coco Diaz. He's from Cuba. And dude, he's so original, man. He just is. And he says some outlandish shit on stage, and by the time you get done listening to him, you just want to go out there and call someone a cocksucker. Listen to me, Joe Rogan, cocksucker. You know, that sort of thing, and go hold someone up at gunpoint or something like that. I don't know, man. This man is just, I don't know. And the thing is, I haven't made it very far in the book or anything like that. It's just, this guy's just one of a kind, like I said, you know. But so far, man, it's pretty damn good, dude. You know, he goes through talking about his childhood and growing up, and how his life as a criminal, and now how his life is as a dad. And it's just it's some good reading, man, you know. I mean, it's nothing like mind-blowingly like, you know, oh, I'm going to learn something, you know, uh that I'm going to like go out to my buddies and say, "Oh, you know what? Did you know that the square root of da da and yeah, you know, it's nothing like that." You know, it's just I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, man. So if you're having a tough time picking out your next read or whatever, you know, you should maybe check out this book, because man, it's just there's so much stuff that, if you're interested in somebody like that, then you know you have more of a um I don't know, you have more of a, what's the word that I'm looking for? You're more in tune with what it is, you know? You aren't going to go out there and read something that you just aren't liking because, I mean, you thought it was going to be good, or you haven't heard the author or whatever. I don't know, man. Whatever, you know. But he's got a podcast on YouTube, and I can't remember what it is, um but man, if you give him a chance, man, give him a little second, give him a shot. Give him a shot, dude. But so far it's been good, man. It's been good. What else? Oh, I started watching the new season of The Boys. And man, I think it is probably one of the goriest or bloodiest. This season's probably it's probably one of the bloodiest seasons out of all of them. They got people getting their, limbs cut off, and then they got, dicks swinging around everywhere. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how, I had to pause it for a moment, and I'm like, how did they get away with all of this? I mean, how did they get away with so much? But I heard the other day that that dicks are becoming new tits, which is, or breasts, which is strange, but that's what's happening in the movies or in like the TV series that people are watching. And and so I started thinking about it for a minute, and dude, they're right. They are right. I think over the past 2 years or so, I've seen more sling and wiener out there in movies and in shows than I think I ever have before. I mean, it used to be like that's a big no-no. We don't do that on film, but now it just seems like it doesn't matter. You know, it's everywhere. It's so I don't know. It seems like it's on not every show now, but like at least like 1 out of 10 shows you're gonna get some, you know, some sling and wiener. That's what it is. Like, you know, it's just I don't know. Remember when like violence back in the day, you know? Remember when like video games were like you know, the violence in video games and in movies was such a big deal and now it just like now it's like whatever, you know? It's like but you used to think like how did they get away with that? You know, they can't do that. But now everyone's so used to seeing someone getting their arm blown off or their eyes getting ripped out or you know right out of their heads or something, you know, whatever it is. Just like I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just like it's an everyday thing that we watch now. And but I don't know. I think we're heading in the same direction with that whole thing of showing those pervy parts or privy or privy. I don't know, man. Look, I'm screwing that one up, but I mean, you know, what I mean is genitals. That's what I mean. You know, I mean, and don't get me wrong, man. I get it. Sex sells, and everyone's got a, you know, everyone's got a puss or a, you know, some zipper sausage or whatever. You know, whatever. You know, well, hell, nowadays I don't even know. I have no idea, dude. Everything is so all over the place. You don't know who has what. You know, people are changing their sexes every single day, and you know, the other day, you know, I got a buddy that lives in Savannah, and I was talking to him, and he went out on a date with some girl, and at the end of the evening, she tells him that, you know, she used to be a guy, and he didn't know what to do. You know, he just didn't know what to do. So all he said was good night, got into his car and left. And that was that, you know? I mean, my question is, why not, you know, if you're going to switch up things like that, like why not be upfront about it at the beginning, you know, of the date? So there's no like questions asked and both parties know what's going on. You know? I mean, you know, you're laying down, you know, what's being, you know, put on the table right at the beginning, you know, it's a cock, you know, that's what, you know, I mean, that would, because then if you went further, you know, let's say you're on like, you know, you get to the 4th or 5th date and you really start liking this person. And then you run into that, I don't know, then you run into that Ace Ventura moment, you know, remember that? Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Finkel's a man. You know? Oh, you know, that sort of thing. Dude, classic moment. God, I wish we could bring movies like that back instead of just being a bunch of fucking pussies nowadays. Ooh, sorry, I got heated at that. I just hate this movement that we're in, dude. It's just destroying us, I think. But I don't know, man. And look, I know everybody wants to feel good and you know about who they are or what they want to be, and that's fine, dude. That's totally fine. You know, do you? You know, but if you're willing to make that big of a change, you know, maybe you should let people know a little bit about your, you know, about it, I guess. I don't know. That's just, again, man, imagine, you know, you're on your 5th date and then all of a sudden, you know, you get hit with that bald-headed chub and now you're so confused on what to do because, you know, again, you start having feelings for this person and now you're just like, oh, man, that's not what I was really looking for, but, man, I don't know. It's just confusing times, I guess. It's just all over the place, man. But I guess that's a dude, I guess that's a voicemail question. If you got a response to this, if you got a response to what I'm saying about this sort of certain aspect of life, and don't leave something that's going to be degrading to anybody or anything like that. But you know, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings about it? You don't have to leave a name or anything like that, but I don't know. Give us your opinion about it. And the voice, if you want to, the voicemail text number, is 828-209-8777. So I don't know, man. Give us your thoughts, man. You know. But damn, how did I get on that? Oh, the boys. The boys. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm only on. I think I made it through the third episode. So we'll see. I don't know. It's just bloody and gory, and there's fucking dicks everywhere and everything. And you're just like, geez, man. Oh my god. Oh shoot. But anyways, man. But dude, we're headed into 4th of July. And man, like. This 4th, man, we should just be thanking that we live in a place that, that just gives us so much. We're lucky to live in this place that gives us so many freedoms and opportunities. And, sometimes I think we forget about that. And again, like, this is just my thought, and I'm not trying to be righteous on you guys or anything like that. Nothing like that, but there's just a lot of places in the world that don't give you some of the freedoms that we have here, like if I mentioned it before, like the right to free speech or the right to vote or even like some of the religious practices over here, we don't have. They're not based, by what our government is telling us, or the government doesn't, tell us what we should believe in or not believe in, which I think is like one of the biggest issues that other countries have. How many years have passed to where other countries, sole purpose for them having wars and fighting is because of their religious beliefs, and that still continues on, to this day. It just does. Look what's happening right now, dude. Look at it. At in the Gaza war right now. Aren't you grateful that isn't happening right now with us? That it's not here. Damn, man. And that being said, dude, I don't know, like. Don't you feel safe? And what I mean by that is like overall, I know that there's a lot of rough neighborhoods around in America, and I used to live in one of them, in a couple of them actually, but don't you feel safe as a whole? Like as in a whole nation, I guess, I suppose. There's not just like, I don't know, there's not one state trying to take over another state, like, or one city taking over another city. You don't have Los Angeles trying to take over Minneapolis, or you don't have Texas trying to take over South Carolina. Nothing like that. But I'll tell you one thing, if Texas and South Carolina were to battle it out, who's going to win that. That's Tejas. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But some countries out there, man, they're fighting with other countries like right next to them, like literally neighbors right next to them. And these countries are so close that they could hold hands together if they wanted to. But instead they choose to just fight. And it just basically, dude, basically it's Hunger Games over there, you know? It's Hunger Games out there. People are out there popping off on each other for a bag of, for those breadsticks and, a couple cups of water. And I don't know, man. I'm just happy to live. I'm happy to live in a place that doesn't do that. You know. Um, but another thing I was thinking about earlier was about July 4th and everything, and living in America and everything is. I was thinking about that song, God Bless America, and 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 just being proud to be an American. Growing up, you'd hear from people, take pride in your country and take pride in what you do, and we heard that because that's what we do. Having pride in America is one of the biggest virtues as a nation that we have. And I never really put two and two together until I had to do community service at the VA. And when I did that, man, I'd pass by some veterans' doors and they would have like old pictures and flags and and these men fought in these wars, and I mean, I guess it just really gave me some perspective, you know, on things, on what pride is, I guess. But nowadays, I don't know, man. Nowadays, it just I don't know, the word pride, I think it's kind of being misused in a way. The term pride, is now going into different avenues, and some of these ideas that it's leading into is a little overbearing. And I'm not, and look, man, I'm not getting into any of that or anything like that, because people are going to do and think what they want to, and that's fine. Again, dude, like, I'm not trying to beat up on anybody, I'm just not, especially because I'm a white male, you know. So like, we're getting nowadays we're getting the brunt end of the stick, which is, okay. It is what it is, um but man, like I said, man, we live in a place where, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I guess just sometimes I think we forget about what it's like to be an American, I guess, because we're all so busy in our everyday lives, like, I mean, even to me, man, even I forget sometimes. So I don't know, maybe this holiday, when the 4th of July rolls around and everything, maybe we should take a little time to show our our patriotism, I guess. And dude, I love that movie, The Patriot, you know, and it's probably not my top 20 movies or anything, but it's definitely in my top 50. Like Braveheart. Remember Braveheart? They may take, they may, oh, I don't know. I don't know how to do a Scottish accent, or something like that. Lundy, they may take our lives, but they will never take our freedom. Hot damn, dude. God, when he said that shit, dude, remember Melly Mel? Mel would get out there, take our freedom. God, man, his career went to a damn litter box after that crazy night. But what do you do? What do you do, dude? So, and look, I get it, man. I know. I know this got kind of serious for a second, and I'm just thinking that, like, all of us should be proud to be an American, and we should realize, that there are aspects of our nation that, like, people don't really care for, like, I mean, like, how our country was built on people's greediness, and the fact that our country was born from, from, and I hate to use the term, but it is what it is, man. Our country was born on the hard work of slaves, you know, and I wish it wasn't constructed that way, but but what can you do? I can't do anything like that. I can't I don't know, man. It's what the human race played, They played that game of life, and now, and it sounds, I don't know. I don't know. I just hate that, like, you know, like, we all know slavery is wrong, and I guess, I don't know, man. We should just learn from our past. We just should, you know. Because I don't know, but letting the past like that affect what's going on with us right now, especially when, like, I didn't have anything to do with slavery, you know. I didn't. My neighbors next door didn't have anything to do with slavery. That I know of, but, like, I'm just talking about, like, in our. That happened so long ago that now it just kind of, I don't know. It seems like we keep, cycling through the same old rhetoric, and if we keep doing that sort of thing, nothing's gonna change, and nothing that we can do about what has happened. Like, we can't change anything that happened in the past. All we can do is just, try to mend and make good with the people that we have around us today, and and try to help out, as much as we can, little by little, and hopefully one day, we'll be able to see eye to eye on things, you know. And I hope, and dude, I hope that happens. I really do, you know. But um, I don't know, man. I don't know how I got off on I don't know, just looking at our freedoms, and us as a nation, and that sort of thing, and how everything is going at this moment in time. You know, it's like social media, dude. The consumption of social media. It's like, is that messing us up as a nation? Is that one reason why we're forgetting about, like, is that making us more lazy because we have everything at our fingertips now? I mean, because we have everything. We don't need to. Remember back in the day when you had to go out and really fight for what you wanted, and now you just don't. Remember growing up when you had to, like, wash cars and mow lawns, and maybe even shave a dog or something like that. Something, that sort of thing. Like, it made our nation great because we were working for something. But now, like, social media, like, all you got to do is just throw your feet out there, and next thing you know, you're getting $1 million for something, Um, I don't know. I guess the desire to want to work for things is not the. I don't know. I guess it's slowly losing its. Mm, I guess it's slowly losing its attraction. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Especially, like, I don't know, man. Especially, like, dude, porn is destroying males. It's destroying males to wanting to go out on dates or even talk to a girl, because they think, why should I go through the trouble when I can, get on my phone and look at all these dirty buttholes and love boxes on this little screen that I got, or on my computer, that I have right now. So, like, what's the point of even asking anybody out on a date when, or get all dressed up, and I don't know. Like, I think it's just destroying us as a whole. And that's, and don't get me wrong, man. I think you know, we've all partaken in our fair share of pornography, that sort of thing, and to each their own. But dude, I just think social media is really doing a number on this country, and in a way, it kind of feels like it's just kind of, I don't know. It feels like it's thievery of some sort, like it's stealing. I don't know, like it's stealing our souls or something like that, dude. And look, I know this is going on and on and on, and I'm probably just talking out my ass right now, but I don't know, man. We should just be so thankful that we just live in a nation that, I don't know, but what are we becoming? And I hate to, and I'm not trying to get all political with you guys or anything like that, and you're probably thinking, hey, dumbass, with the social media thing, what do you think you're doing right now? You're just adding on to, to the problem that we have going on, and maybe I am a part of the problem, but I'll tell you one thing, I am thinking about, I'm thinking about getting rid of some of my social media, because I don't think I want it anymore. I think it's just been eating away at my hours, and when I could be doing something more constructive, I guess, So maybe, I don't know. How do we make it better? How can I make it better, not only for myself, but for someone, someone else, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm asking. How can we make our nation, how can we as America or as Americans be better for ourselves, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, man, too many questions and too much. I don't know. Anyways, this episode, the episode got a little wild, then it got a little serious and this and that. But what can I say, man? We got the 4th coming up in our lives, and so we should all just take part and enjoy it. And what else, man? I don't know. Oh, we got a guest coming in next episode. I've been saying it. We got a tattoo designer or an artist. So we're looking forward to having her in this upcoming episode. So be ready for that, and hopefully everything will keep on track. And nothing will happen from now till then. But that's going to be really exciting. So that way you guys don't have to just hear me, blah, 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 that sort of thing. But, all right. This episode has gone on for a little while. Usually I try to cut it off at I don't know, where are we at, dude? Oh, we're at 48, 44, yeah, it's long, anyways, okay. Everyone, I hope all you guys have a wonderful, wonderful 4th of July. Enjoy the firework display. Man, I don't know, man. I can't even think of anything right now. My brain's a little, tied up in itself, I guess. The fancy firework displays and all the food. Remember the food. Get out there and, woo, man, toss some damn, toss some baked beans at somebody, Ooh, man. I can't wait. But, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys have a wonderful week, and happy 4th to everyone. And, stay true to yourselves out there, guys, more than anything. So, all right, we'll see you next week, right? With our guests, baby, with our guests. So, all right, guys, I'm going to roll. Be well. Take care of yourselves. See you next.